Hello. Hard to see you through all these overlapping subjects. Overlaps can be hard to see through, but they do look cool, and you should use them in your drawing. So let's take a look at how to use overlaps in a drawing, if I can find my way out of here. First, let's take a look at what a drawing looks like if you don't have very many overlaps. Here's a jungle scene, but it looks kind of one-dimensional and less like a jungle, more like a field. If we want this jungle to have a more 3D look, we're going to have to overlap our subjects. Let's try again, this time trying to overlap as many of our jungle subjects as possible. It's always easiest to start with the subjects that are in the front. Here, I'm putting down some big ferns and grasses and overlapping those. If you draw what you want in front first and then pick your pencil up as you draw the other things behind it, you won't have to do very much erasing. But sometimes you do have to do erasing to put a subject down in a spot where you've already drawn something. For example, I'm going to erase out a spot on that log and put a frog there. If you erase out a little patch and then draw your subject and then redraw the background subject behind it, you can have an overlapping subject without any of the background lines visible through the foreground subject. If you can see the lines that are behind your subject when you shouldn't, those are called X-ray vision lines because it looks like you're seeing through your subject like you have X-ray vision. And unless you're drawing a ghost or somebody at the hospital getting their arm X-rayed, you don't really want to have X-ray vision in your drawing. You want to have overlaps, but you don't want to be able to see through those overlaps. That's why it's important to draw from the front of your drawing and then work your way back, and also erase any areas of X-ray vision when you do have them. Creating overlapping subjects in your drawing can take a little more time and a little more work, but it will pay off. So if you see an area where two subjects could potentially overlap, go for it. For example, I'm going to make sure that this leopard goes behind that tree. That will create a sense of depth and space in the drawing, and will also give the leopard a cool look like it's hiding behind the tree, about to jump out. Instead of just drawing a sloth sitting on top of that log, I'm going to overlap his arms with the log and make it look like he's clinging to it. I'm also going to overlap that fern with his body. Nice little sloth. Another animal I could put in this drawing is a tapir. It's kind of like an anteater or like a little hog that lives in the rainforest. It's got a long Squidward nose. I'm going to put that tapir behind one of the vines hanging down. Here, I'll try to have a snake head poke out from those up-close plants in the bottom left of the drawing. You can see how I erased out that patch, drew the snake head, and then fixed the details and shrubbery around it. Now I'm going to go into the very back of the drawing and draw tree trunks in the distance behind everything, little bits of leaves and foliage to create a really deep sense of space in the back of the jungle. And there you have a finished jungle drawing with tons and tons of overlaps. The overlaps are really what made this drawing a success. So now it's your turn to build your jungle scene from the front back with as many overlaps as possible. Let's do it.